Yeah, with these new categories coming in, it's, we've got a couple, we might have a few options open for some employees, but if we can pin down a particular category, then we know we can aim for that. So if it requires, the new work experience category, it's going to require 5 years directly relevant work experience, and at least 2 of those years in New Zealand paid at 38.50. We could look at that and say, okay, well, they're going to need 5 years experience in New Zealand to meet the criteria. How about we have them working towards that and then bump their wage up to the required wage for the last couple of years? And that way we're paying a reasonable rate, market rates for the first couple of years, and then we're bumping them up to a really decent high rate for the last 2 years just to get them across the mark. So there's going to be a lot of conversations about that going forward. So, wages is something. The ANSCO is causing a lot of grief. So the ANSCO are the codes that they use when they're coming over to New Zealand. So in a job check, we'll select an ANSCO code, and that's the same code that they'll have with the work visa. And immigration have assessed that code has been a substantial match to their job. But those assessments we're finding are quite, given a light touch, it could jeopardise a residency pathway if that ANSCO code is not correct. So, looking at the ANSCO code as well when workers have arrived, to make sure that in the right ANSCO code, I'll say it 1,000 times, use an immigration advisor to do the job check in the first place, to make sure that they're looking at that when you bring them over. Because if you're having to change an ANSCO code once they've arrived here, you're looking at doing a new job check, possibly labour market testing, a new work visa, just to change their ANSCO code. There's a lot of money involved there. So, yeah, I'd prefer that the job check was set up in the first place with the right ANSCO code. But those are probably two of the main things that are going to set up someone for residency. Somebody might require to study at the same time as their occupation of working. So for those people that need to study at the same time, employers need to get involved in that and get involved quite early to set that up for them. But yeah. So there's a lot of employers. Employers are going to be getting a lot of questions about this. They said that they will simplify residency, and really it's become quite a
complex.
Yeah, it is quite complex, but it's complex for employers because employers have got timelines to deal with now, and if they don't do something within a certain timeline, the employee then is not eligible for residency.
Yeah.
And that's going to be frustrating for some.
Yeah. So I guess in terms of the recruitment side, so when you are starting to think about recruiting, this is why you need to partner with a team that understand